Prime Minister Peter O'Neill has welcomed a business delegation from the Confederation of Indian Investment that was undertaking its first ever visit for enhanced bilateral ties with Papua New Guinea. As India's premier business organisation, the CII has around 8,000 members from the private and public sectors, including SMEs and multinational corporations. At the invitation of Prime Minister O'Neill, the group is exploring business opportunities in the areas of healthcare, tourism, petroleum and natural gas, handicrafts, textiles, agriculture, education, infrastructure, mining and mineral resources. Mr. O'Neill said with global pressures facing commodity exporters around the world, Papua New Guinea's economic fundamentals are strong. He said this visit by the Confederation of Indian Investments demonstrates the confidence the international business community has in PNG. Finance Minister James Marape says Ok Tedi Mining Limited is expected to start production next month after mining operations were affected mid-last year as a result of the El Nino. The mine contributes about 25% of the country's national budget, which in itself makes up a quarter of the country's annual budget. This now means that projects that have been in waiting can now be implemented. Bradley Gregory with this report.
Behind me is the mighty Fly River. It's the same river that transports gold from Ok Tedi down to Kiunga into Papua New Guinea and the rest of the world. It was hard hit last year when the El Nino took its toll on Papua New Guinea. But thank God the heavens have once again opened, the riverbeds have flooded, gold will rain once more. Boats now can travel upstream from Kiunga to Tabubil, the heart of Ok Tedi Mining Limited's operation. The helicopters are in the air transporting goods to and from the Fly River. This is good news for Papua New Guinea. Ok Tedi is owned by the government. It contributes over 3 billion kina to the national purse. But the country has been through hard times last year when El Nino struck, affecting the water level at the Fly, so much so that ships weren't able to transport the goods. Hard hit was the country's economy and the country's cash flow.
And it already, in fact, in a way has gone over that ceiling because it's borrowing effectively from superannuation funds.
One of the projects affected as a result of Ok Tedi's closure is the Tabubil to Teleforming Road, which depends on the tax credit scheme Ok Tedi and the government had undertaken. The road is the first ever to be constructed into the remote district of West Sepik since independence. However, Finance Minister James Marape made a reassuring statement to the country. The road will now open. Production is scheduled to start next month.
By the grace of God, what I saw up long Fly River, Ok Tedi are going to production again, long number 3 moon. And I said, going to production, government long O'Neill, now Ok Tedi for holding agreement, long using tax credit facility, long government Ok Tedi, long me play, building this road from Tabubil, Bakami Salatala Bomi.
Operations at the Ok Tedi gold mine came to a standstill last year, which had a drastic effect on its workforce, gold production in Papua New Guinea, and most of all, the government's cash flow. The announcement that it will once again reopen its door for operations is a blessing in disguise, most of all for the people of Teleforming, whose road network depends solely on. In Kiunga, Western Province, Bradley Gregory, NBC National News.